Do complex passwords still matter if you use two-factor authentication everywhere? Yes. Hi everyone, Leo Notenboom here for askleo.com. Here's the question I got. If I'm using 2FA everywhere possible, do complex passwords matter as much? Does 2FA protect me against compromised passwords? 2FA, or two-factor authentication, adds a strong safety net, but it does not replace the need for good passwords. As the first factor, passwords work together with 2FA to protect you from different kinds of attacks. Now, I get it. I really do. Account security is not only overly complex, but a moving target. What was good enough a few years ago is considered asking to be compromised today. People are tired of juggling long, complicated passwords and hearing that they should be longer and more complicated than ever. There's also a fallacy that two-factor means hackers just can't get in, so why bother with the other parts? And of course, the whole move to a promised passwordless future sheds doubt on the importance of passwords as we move forward. I've often said that two-factor authentication of any sort is powerful security because it protects your accounts from attack even if they know your password. Without your second factor, they still can't get in. That's true whether your password is password or some long, complicated something or other, or something in between. So, in a sense, you're correct. Two-factor authentication protects you regardless of the strength of your password. Two-factor authentication stops someone who knows your password from signing in. How do they get your password? Well, phishing or stolen databases, aka breaches, your reuse of a password, and keyloggers. With two-factor in place, when signing in on a computer you haven't signed into before, the attacker has to provide the second factor. Presumably, they cannot, and thus you're protected. Two-factor is important, but it's not perfect. Someone who knows or who can guess your password can still cause mischief in a number of different ways. If someone sits down at your computer while you're getting coffee, 2FA does nothing. Even if logged out, the system will likely not require the second factor because, well, you used it once already. A man-in-the-middle phishing attempt can convince you to enter a two-factor code. They don't ask for your password, so it feels safer. Meanwhile, they're signing into your account using the password they got elsewhere and the two-factor code you're handing them in real time. Hackers can try your password across other services you use that don't support 2FA and sign in anywhere where you've reused the password. They can use a SIM swapping attack to sweet-talk your mobile provider into reassigning your phone number, thus hijacking your second factor and logging in as you. Or they might be able to gain physical access to your second factor and log in as you. Choosing a weaker password weakens your security against all these attacks. Now, password authentication is certainly not perfect by any means, and there are moves to reduce or even eliminate passwords in various ways, including passkeys and passwordless accounts. Passkeys, honestly, they're great when they're supported. Even so, you need to be able to sign in some other way, which may or may not involve a password in order to set them up. True passwordless accounts use other sign-in mechanisms like email confirmation, text message authentication, or something else. Both cases are still single factors. 2FA can be layered on top for additional security. And of course, it's going to be a while before we get there. Passwords are going to be around for a very long time. The whole point of two-factor authentication is to have two strong authentication mechanisms that work in tandem to secure your account. Weakening either weakens your overall security. By reducing your password complexity, you're choosing your second factor to be, in effect, the only factor. Consider this sequence. Weak passwords are easier to guess. Attackers can then try signing in, triggering two-factor authentication prompts. If you're getting a flood of 2FA prompts, there's a higher chance you'll approve one by accident or in a panic. There's also a psychology behind this so-called MFA fatigue. You tire of those annoying two-factor authentication prompts, so you just say yes to make them stop. Done properly, strong passwords plus two-factor authentication is like having both a doorknob lock and a deadbolt on your front door. Either keeps a certain level of intruder out, but using both makes it that much harder for anyone to get in. For good account security, you want a unique, strong password for every account and two-factor authentication enabled everywhere it's an option. You don't need to remember complicated, long passwords. Your password manager does that for you. Your job is to set things up once and let the tools work for you. For updates, for comments, for links related to this topic and more, visit askleo.com/187291. I'm Leo Notenboom. This is askleo.com. I'm still not an AI. Thanks for watching.